اللهم صل على الحبيب محمد يا رب صل عليه وسلم.
Bismillah, wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala. Let us continue with our discussion of muraqabah or mindfulness of the divine. In our last discussion, we looked at the nature of the experience of muraqabah and the feelings that we're meant to experience in our qalb when we are aware and conscious of Allah. In this discussion, we want to look at how do we develop those feelings and how do we cultivate those feelings. Let's take an example. All of us have been in a situation where we are confronted with someone who is very distracted, and we're trying to have a conversation perhaps with the person, and the person is very distracted by sights and sounds and other external influences or internal influences. And we all know what that feels like. We just want to take the person, we want to shake them and perhaps isolate them somewhere where there are no distractions and where we can have a heart-to-heart or a one-to-one and truly connect with the person. That would be the example of many of us in our relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That we find it very difficult to connect with Him because of noise and interference that is external to us and, more importantly, internal to us. All of us have that latent ability to connect with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because all of us have a qalb. And that qalb, that spiritual heart, was given to us precisely for that reason, to connect with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to know Him and to experience Him. However, connecting with Allah requires practice. It requires exercise. For example, if we want to strengthen our body, we do physical exercise. And some of us spend hours to do that. But rarely have any of us, or most of us, spend time exercising, if you like, the muscle of muraqabah. And learning to discipline ourselves, to focus, and learning to isolate all of the inner distractions. So here I have to realize something. That is, in order to search for the divine signal, I need to spend quality time in muraqabah. And I need to work and struggle in that quality time in order that I can tune in, I can find the signal within my qalb, I can isolate all of the noise and all of the static and all of the interference. And practically speaking, that means that I need to devote some time every day to doing that. If my goal is to be in muraqabah permanently and constantly and to have it a steady state, to truly reap the benefits and the fruits of that, then I need to take some time every day and isolate myself from all distractions and gather all of my energy and all of my internal focus and concentrate on the fact that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is ar-Raqib, that Allah is aware of me, that Allah is watching me, and I should try to feel the experience of what that produces, of what we said earlier, awe, reverence, peace, security, modesty, that sensitive awareness inside of me. The modalities of this differ. Some of our scholars, for example, will prescribe sitting and doing certain things, certain adhkar or certain reflections. But the core of this is always the same. To focus on my qalb, that Allah is watching and aware of what is happening in the deepest recess, in the deepest core of me. And while I am working and struggling to focus and concentrate in that state, I could, for example, be in recitation of La ilaha illallah, negating everything except Allah. I could as well be in recitation of Allah, the most exalted, beautiful name of Allah, because it encompasses all of His names and all of His attributes. Regardless of what I do, I must take the time to sit and focus and practice that muscle of muraqabah, searching for the signal from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The details beyond that are honestly unimportant. Allah tells us in the Quran, الَّذِينَ جَاهَدُوا فِينَا لَنَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ سُبُلَنَا وَإِنَّ اللَّهَ لَمَعَ الْمُحْسِنِينَ, that those who strive and those who exert effort to seek me, I will guide them to the avenues of nearness to me, and I will show them how to approach me in nearness. And certainly Allah is with those who are the doers of good, who are the seekers of excellence and the seekers of Him in His infinite beauty. May Allah illuminate our hearts. May Allah help us to spend quality time in sincerity and devotion, seeking Him every day in our process of muraqabah. وصلى اللهم وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله المختار.